Welcome back to Von Blues Boxing. What's going on with everybody, man? So I did make a video this weekend about how I felt about the Wilder and Fury 3 match, and just kind of did it out of anger. Did it out of just an emotional standpoint and out of anger. And that's not me when it comes to this, boxing. And one thing about being on YouTube, I got on here to just talk boxing, not to criticize fighters, not to downgrade them, not to, you know, just try to be something different. Try to be something where, people could just come and just listen to me talk about boxing or us and things of that nature, and just do it from, a positive standpoint. But, I was a little negative about what happened, and I had, a chance a few days to kind of just assess everything and just kind of look at the fight again. I went to watch Wilder and Fury 3, watch the fight again, and I also wanted to shed light on the whole card, and it was an amazing night of boxing. We got some really good fights. Some good fighters put a lot on the line on there, and it was just a good night of boxing. I was wrong in some things. I was wrong about Julian Williams and Vladimir Hernandez fight. Oh, I couldn't believe it, man. But Vladimir Hernandez showed grit and heart and determination and pulled it off. I end up going with Adam Kornacki. I thought Kornacki could pull it off, but Robert Helenius just got his number, and that's just as simple as that. Robert Helenius has Adam Kornacki number. Then we seen with Edgar Berlanga. Berlanga kind of struggled, and he struggled in his fight and ended up pulling off. Then I was wrong about Efe Ajagba and Frank Sanchez. Frank Sanchez just showed he's just got skills, and there's levels to this thing, and Efe Ajagba just he got some things he got to work on. If Efe is going to be successful in this in this sport and in this division, he got to work on some things. He can't just look to try to catch you with the right hand, kind of like Wilder. But he just, he got some things he got to work on, and it's a good learning lesson. Losses in life, and in boxing and in life in general, is all a part of a learning lesson. It's about how we get back up. We're gonna take losses in life, and we just, it's about the way we get back up on our feet. And Efe Ajagba can learn a lot from that fight. And then also, we had in the main event, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury 3. So it was an amazing fight. That was one of the best heavyweight boxing matches I've watched in my lifetime, And there's probably people that don't agree with me, and that's fine, but it was one of the best boxing matches, heavyweight boxing matches I watched in a long time. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury gave everything. Just everything. They gave drama, they gave blood, they gave sweat, they gave tears, they gave everything to us. And that's what boxing's about. The best fighters fighting the best and putting it all on the line. And that's what Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury did. They put everything on the line. And it didn't go Deontay Wilder's way. Tyson Fury was successful. Tyson Fury did pretty much exactly he said he was going to do. And he had success. But we don't need to knock Deontay Wilder. Yes, Wilder made the excuses. He shouldn't have made those excuses, in the second fight after the second loss. It rubbed people the wrong way. And I understand people being kind of frustrated about that and not liking that. But one thing we can't do, we can't question Deontay Wilder's heart and determination. He was outgunned against Tyson Fury. That was shown basically in the first fight. But, for the man to go try to do it 3 times, he came up short, but all 3 times. But to even try and to have the heart and the goal to do that, man, we gotta tip our hat to Deontay Wilder. Even if this is his last fight as a professional boxer, he went out on his terms, and that's the way he wanted to go out. If he was gonna lose, he wanted to go out that way. Was it the best way physically for Wilder? No, not at all. But he went out the way he wanted to go out, and that was the way he wanted to go out. If somebody was going to beat Wilder, he wanted to get stopped. He didn't want it to be where, someone throwing the towel. Now, do I think it should have got, the fight should have been stopped a little bit earlier? Yes, I do. After about that 9th round, Wilder didn't have anything else left in him. He gave everything he had, and as simple as that. yes, I was a little frustrated with Malik Scott and Wilder a little bit because I felt like they had worked so hard in training camp on certain things and just it didn't come together that night. But at the same time, that's the way the game goes. We've seen it with Shane Mosley and Vernon Forrester. Shane just couldn't get through Vernon Forrester. We've seen it with Winky Wright. He couldn't get through Winky Wright. We've seen Evander Holyfield. He could never really beat Riddick Bowe. And then we seen it with Mike Tyson. He just couldn't beat Evander Holyfield. And we also seen it with Roy Jones Jr. and Antonio Tarver. And then Antonio Tarver experienced it with Chad Dawson. He just couldn't get him. And just Tyson Fury is just Deontay Wilder's kryptonite. And it's just simple as that. There's no, and the thing is, I understand the frustration of Wilder and the excuses he made, but how long are we going to keep criticizing this man? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just give this man his props. And I'm seeing that. I'm seeing some of that out there on online and social media and stuff that, people are like, hey, man, you know what? I didn't like Wilder excuses and things of that nature, but I got a newfound respect for him, man, because he put everything on the line and he gave us an exciting fight. And salute to Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, you are the man of this division. You are the baddest man on the planet right now, bro. You're the top dude. Ain't no denying that. No losses on your record. No, you ain't got the biggest names on your resume, but I mean, to take out a Deontay Wilder and a Vladimir Klitschko, man, that's huge for your career. That's huge for Tyson Fury's career, no matter which way you feel about Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is the top dog of this division. He proved that. You know what I'm saying? Now we're going to see, and now we'll see how Tyson Fury does against the other guys. Might that be AJ and Usyk, whoever wins the rematch, or might that be Dillian White, which might be his next fight because he is the mandatory for the WBC title. So, all in all, I just wanted to say salute to Deontay Wilder, salute to Tyson Fury. Thank you, fellas, for putting all that on the line, because 98% of us will never know what y'all went through and what y'all go through to get to where y'all at. Because if we've never won a world championship in boxing or never fought at that type of level, then we don't know what it takes to get there. We don't know what goes through your mind and all the hard work and dedication and all the other stuff that y'all have to deal with as fighters. So as boxing fans, let's just be happy that we got a great fight. And then 2 weeks before that, we had Usyk and AJ. Like, boxing fans, what are we whining about? Like, let's be happy that we got those type of fights, man. It's so hard to get guys like Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder to fight. It's so hard to get a guy like Usyk and AJ to fight each other. It's not easy to get these kind of fights. And so when we get it, let's appreciate the boxers that do it. Let's appreciate these guys that put everything on the line for our entertainment on Saturdays and sometimes Sundays. But that's pretty much it, man. Just wanted to give a brief feel on it. And me, if you know me, I've never, ever made any excuses for Deontay Wilder's loss in the second fight. I never ran with the glove gate thing. I never ran with the spiked water. I never ran with none of that. And you can look at all my YouTube videos and see. Only reason why I deleted the other video, because I just didn't like my response. And I did put a video, making fun of myself, cracking some jokes. But I had to take that off because copyright infringement. There's music on there. They'll just, I already got one before, copyright infringement because of music. So didn't want another one. But man, that's pretty much it. That was just some brief thoughts on what happened in the fight and stuff. Just salute to Deontay Wilder. Salute to Tyson Fury. Thank you, fellas. Deontay, if that's your last fight, man, I appreciate it, bro. Thank you for, giving it all your all. You accomplished you accomplished a lot in your career. You was able to defend your title 10 times. I know people will criticize your opponents, but you was able to get your hand raised. And you was able to be a champion, and you had 10 title defenses. You did the best. You went as far as you could go. And if that's it, Deontay, then so be it, bro. But if you want to come back to boxing, man, come back to boxing. Keep fighting. Keep doing your thing, man. Tyson Fury, salute to you too, man. Fury, keep doing your thing. It's time to go get that undisputed belt, man. Get that undisputed belt, go in for undisputed. And then after that, Tyson, ride off in the sunset, man. This is a tough sport to be in. So that's it, and that's all. Just wanted to give a little bit of thoughts on how I felt about the fight. A more calculated, less emotional, and less frustrated Von Blue talking about my thoughts about the fight card and Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. But y'all be good. Y'all be safe. Von Blues Boxing. I'm out.